Welcome to Access a Trader, the #1 community for those who are committed to taking control of their trading in order to achieve success, profitability, and longevity. Thank you for joining us. Here's Dan Shapiro to help you find your edge, master your process, and own your future.
Hey guys, good evening everybody. Welcome to another edition of the AccessATrader.com nightly wrap-up show. Nightly video, take 3, action. The reason I say that, I've tried to record the video. This is my 3rd attempt to it. There is such a massive storm in New Jersey, okay, that my power keeps on getting knocked out. And what happens is my generator kicks in. So as soon as I record something, it's gone. So I have to restart again. Last time I was like 5 minutes in. Hopefully now I can finish the video. So if you get to see this, great. If not, tomorrow we'll go again. So guys, do me a favor, just click a 1 in the channel, or wrong thing. Click a like, support the channel, help the channel grow, and hopefully I will continue to do my best to point you in the right direction. Again, tell me if you heard this before, over and over and over again. Market 2025 rally continues. We are melting up. We are resting. We are rotating into different stocks. Then those stocks rest, and then other stocks start to rally. And that's exactly what happened today. You look at the scoreboard, nothing really turns the needle. All the indexes up very, very modestly. You had more tariff talks today. Trump, matter of fact, threatened Russia with 100% tariffs for their secondary, whatever the hell you want to call it, right? Secondary time around in the negotiations. They have about 50 days to negotiate. Again, everything will get resolved hopefully in about 50 days or so. But this is the market that we're in. The market continues to melt up. Tomorrow you got CPI, following day of PPI. Does it really matter? The moral of the story is rest, rally, rest, rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat. So case in point, right? NVIDIA today rested, right? It rested down 85 cents after this massive, massive run. AMD today rested, right? Had a massive, massive run, rested down 18 cents on the day. You look at a stock, for example, like PLTR, right? That rested for about 2 weeks, absolutely exploded today. So you kind of get the point. A name like AMD that we talked about on the weekend update, right? Basically rested today. Had challenged its Friday's highs, stopped right at Friday's highs, so it rested. Google at one point today went up like $3 right at the open, stopped at the supply zone, basically rested. Even though it progressed of $1.37, it still rested. But again, you look at the QQQs and you can see that we are literally a point away from last week's all-time high, and that's exactly how we are going. If you look at where the major option flow is coming in, some really significant bets today came in pretty aggressively. And let's talk about some symbols. Again, it's very repetitive to talk about how great the market is. We know how great the market is. Our goal every single day is to identify the stocks that are about to come out at their channels after a rest. So let's talk about them one by one. Let's start off with Amazon, right? So Amazon today got rejected at last Friday's highs. You can see last Friday's highs were 226.67. Today's highs were 226.66. Again, if you think technical analysis is random, well, today's kind of really shows you that it's not. It's very, very specific. Buyers are coming in very, very aggressively today, guys. This is now the 2nd week in a row. They were coming in for the 230 weeklies, and they started coming for the 235 weeklies. Very, very aggressive. The biggest bet I saw was December. For December, a buyer came in for $1 million of the December 270 calls. So it really does show you that the options market is still pricing out. You can't even say pricing in, pricing out a lot more room for these stocks to run. AMD, right? Again, a day of rest today. But AMD started, they were coming in very, very aggressively, guys, for the weekly 150 calls, very, very aggressively. Matter of fact, a buyer came in for the September 150 calls, bought 3,500 calls for $3.7 million. Again, case in point, they're still betting that the market has much more aggressive room to run. Tesla, right? We talked about Tesla on the weekend video that it needs to get back above the 50-day moving average. Today, it tested the 50-day moving average and got rejected. Here's the good news, right? Here's the good news. Tesla easily could have rolled over and went red, and it did not do so. It put in now its 4 consecutive days of higher highs and higher lows. Folks, there's nothing left to have a conversation, right? I don't care if you're bullish or bearish. If this thing closes, right? If this thing closes above 321, I'm literally giving you the price. If this thing closes above the 321 level, it will reclaim back the 50-day moving average. Again, last time it reclaimed back the 50-day moving average, the stock went from 259 all the way up to 367. Above the 50-day bullish, below the 50-day is bearish. So any close in this week at any point above 321 will start a cycle. The next bet will come to this all the way to this 230 level. They were buying for the 230. They were buying for the 330, 335 weeklies for this week. You can see why they were at least betting the 330s, because that is the 150-day SMA. So any close above 321 will reclaim the 50-day moving average and will start a pretty aggressive cycle there. Interesting, tomorrow we do have the PPI, we do have the CPI, followed by Wednesday as well. The data, whether it's hot or cold, it seems like it's almost irrelevant that the market continues to grind higher. Names like Circle, right, that look like they're about to fall off a planet one day, all of a sudden starts rallying back very aggressively the next day. You have continuation of speculation money continuously hitting this market. Again, last time I saw Bitcoin was what, 122, 123,000, right? I mean, look at Coinbase. It's still ripping. You talk about MSTR going absolutely nuts. Again, here's another point. When it reclaimed back the 50-day moving average, it went absolutely bananas. Even names like Mara, secondary names like Mara and Riot, they're all absolutely going nuts. A name that I really like for the next couple of days to see if it could get going is HIMS. Much like Tesla, HIMS is still underneath the 50-day moving average. If HIMS can get back above the 50-day moving average, it could start an aggressive run. Guys, here's case in point. Here is the last time right here on May the 1st that HIMS reclaimed the 50-day moving average, and the stock went from $34 all the way up to $65. So again, the 50-day matters. It matters significantly. If you don't understand the significance of the 50-day moving average and Tesla reclaims and you're short, you die. If HIMS reclaims the 50-day moving average and you're short, you die. Don't die, right? That's the point. Don't die. Understand the relevance of each of these levels. The experience of your ability to stay upright is your ability to read the room. Above the 50, super duper bullish. So let's definitely keep an eye in the next couple of days of HIMS and Tesla potentially reclaiming back that 50-day moving average as well. Letter U. I had a really nice trade on Letter U a couple of, what was last week? It was last week. Today it tested last week's highs. As you can see here, got rejected off the daily Bollinger Band. I want to see if Letter U can get back above the daily Bollinger Band. So far, we haven't seen any option flow in the name going into tomorrow, right? But at any point, these things can just wake up out of nowhere and really start running. So I definitely want to pay attention to the options market tomorrow and see if Letter U can confirm last week's high. So I still really like Amazon. I'm watching this thing for a confirmation of last week's highs. I'm still watching AMD for a potential confirmation of the June highs with 150 weeklies. I'm definitely watching Tesla for a reclaim of the 50-day. I'm definitely watching HIMS for a reclaim of the 50-day. And the most important part, guys, and I say this every single day, leave the other stocks that are significantly overextended alone. As much as NVIDIA looks great, it's extended. As much as Microsoft looks great and Meta looks great, they're extended. Stick to the stocks with the option flow and stick to the stocks that are coming out of this range. Guys, I want to cut this off a little bit certain. I just saw my lights flicker again. I want to make sure I record the video. I send this out for editing, and Kenyon can tweet it out for all you guys to view. Guys, God bless everybody. Hope everybody's doing well. And with God's help, I will see you all tomorrow. Thank you very much.